interreligious dialogue in Indonesia. Indonesia is a country rich in ethnic, cultural, and religious diversity. Although a blessing, it also needs to be addressed and managed correctly and wisely. In this context, the Islamic University of Indonesia organized a national seminar for February 25-26 this year with the theme Young Religious Believers, Hate Speech, Minorities, and the Future of Nationality. The participants were religious leaders, scholars, and academics. Father Peter Sarbini, SVD, was invited to be a speaker. In his presentation, he emphasized the importance of concrete acts of cooperation among religions, enhancing peace, tolerance, solidarity, and protection for smaller groups. The terminology of majority and minority should not be used anymore in this pluralistic society. All religious people are citizens who have the rights and obligations to practice their respective religions, which are guaranteed and protected by law. The diversity of religions, cultures, and ethnicities has characterized and enriched our society. It should be taken as a valuable resource and not as an obstacle to be removed. Father Peter urged that religious leaders should play an essential role in building a peaceful, coexisting society. They can educate the youth to use social media wisely and to fight fundamentalism. Our SVD formation system has integrated interreligious programs. Candidates visit various communities of different faiths and religions and have live-in experiences in Pondok Pesantren, the Muslim boarding school, and Vihara, the Buddhist monastery, in a spirit of reaching out to better understand one another. Strangers, migrants, and refugees. In times like these, when anti-immigrant sentiments and racial tensions are rearing their ugly head, how should Christians respond? What does the Bible say about strangers, migrants, and refugees is a new book by Van Tan Nguyen, SVD, on the faculty of Catholic Theological Union, Chicago. Migration is a global phenomenon, growing in scope and complexity, and affecting almost every aspect of human life. What does the Bible say about this pressing issue and unrelenting crisis of our time? This book shows us the way, with mercy and charity. Father Van Tan is a professor of New Testament studies and holder of the Bishop Francis X. Ford Maryknoll Chair of Catholic Missiology at CTU. He has authored several books and numerous articles, including Stories of Early Christianity and Acts in the Jerome Biblical Commentary for the 21st Century. New ways to do good. After the first cases of coronavirus were identified in South Brazil, the COVID-19 pandemic changed the way Brazilians relate to and care for one another. Northern Brazil was especially affected, which required the Pastoral da Criança Child Center of Placas Diocese of Singu, State of Pará, under Holy Spirit Sister Helena Acodoli, to establish the new protocols in their service to children and their families. During this period, the Pastoral da Criança intensified the distribution of basic food baskets, including the supplement Babasu for the children and hygiene kits to the community. Donations were received from Fundo Dema, Pastoral Health of Placas, Repalm of Altamira, the Agro-Extractive Association Seeds of the Forest of Uruara, the National CNBB through the Diocese of Singu Altamira, and several local families. Pastoral da Criança is also concerned with mental health, instructing families to help children avoid depression because they are away from school and schoolmates. Parents, grandparents, and leaders at risk of COVID-19 learn how to protect themselves, and leadership training is now done remotely. Migrant House Betania for Justice and Peace. Father Juan Weibel, SVD, Provincial of Mexico, and Brother Joaquin Nick, SVD, Administrator of Migrant House Betania, speak highly of their Chiapas ministry as an important service to the plight of Central American migrants. For many years, migrants have been walking to Migrant House Betania, Santa Marta, in Salto de Agua, Chiapas, as a place of welcome to those looking for better living conditions. Since January 2021, the flow of migrants has increased considerably. Between January and February this year, we received 6,000 migrants, while all last year the number was 8,149. In the Migrant House, we provide comprehensive care, rest and food, but also an oasis where they are listened to and accompanied spiritually, mentally, and legally. Services provided are humanitarian assistance, administration, spirituality, communication, legal rights, nursing, psychological, and other medical care. Father Juan thanks the Mexico-Cuba province and other provinces' confreres who support the project. He invites other SVD provinces to help Casa Betania, Santa Marta, any way they possibly can. Tropical cyclone Saroja. Wind and rains in early April caused sea waves to rise up to 4 meters and floods that hit almost all of the islands of Timor, Sabu, Rote, Sumba, and Adonara. Tropical cyclone Saroja had an adverse impact on many residents in the province of Nusa Tenggara, Timor, Indonesia. Several bridges were destroyed, the electricity was out, and telecommunications were totally disrupted. SSPS Sisters in Betun community, Timor, opened a soup kitchen for victims early on. The sisters distributed around 600 packets of rice and 100 packets of clothing to the victims being sheltered in the Betun State Middle School building. At first, we prepared food and clothes from our funds, but later, seeing the urgency, the Malacca regional government and businessmen also contributed. The Social Service Center, too, made donations, said Sister Miliana Fahik, community leader. Sisters from several communities, such as the Atambua, Cunero, Halilukit, Betun, and Biuduk, were directly involved in cooking and distributing food and clothing in the shelter camps and also at the disaster site with the evacuation officers. The medical team from Marianum Hospital served the sick in our clinic. I just sat and listened to those who stayed overnight at our clinic in Betun. We really lost words to comfort them because they lost everything, said Provincial Sister Aloysia Teti. The victims of the cyclone include families of our sisters as well. We continue to help to the best of our ability and thank our benefactors collaborating with us, reports Sister Maria Vianney. Centennial Jubilee for SSPS Poland. With grateful hearts, the Holy Spirit Sisters celebrate the centennial jubilee of their mission in Poland. Both joyful moments and difficult times comprise our history in this land, beginning with Annunciata Convent in Rasibórz, founded in 1921 and now serving as the provincial house. On March 25, 2021, Feast of the Annunciation, the celebrations commenced at our chapel with limited but significant participation by Bishop Andrzej Jawa of the Opole Diocese, Father Sylwester Grabowski, SVD, Provincial Superior of the Polish province, Father John Zawalski, longtime confessor of the sisters, Father Jan Oklinski, SVD, chaplain, and representatives of the political authorities, Michael Voss, Secretary of State for Justice, and Dariusz Polawi, Mayor of Rasibórz. After reciting the Chaplet of Divine Mercy, the gathering heard a presentation entitled Annunciata, Our Home, prepared by Sister Barbara Panfil. Then, Provincial Leader Sister Dolores de Roca Zoc explained the history of the Annunciata Convent, and Sister Alicia Pakla, Assistant Provincial Leader, read the congratulatory letter from the congregational leader, Sister Maria Theresia Horneman. In his homily, the bishop emphasized the salvation being realized in Annunciata for 100 years in various ways. He addressed the sisters, "You are in this chapel with an open heart full of faith. You receive the word of Jesus himself, his truth and grace in and outside the sacraments. Salvation is happening here in your rooms, among you, in your life. The more you shape your hearts according to the gospel, the more transparent you become." Concluding the Eucharistic celebration, the bishop blessed a new statue of St. Michael the Archangel, a gift from Secretary Voss. Congratulations, gratitude, and blessings felt by the entire group were voiced by Father Sylvester and by motorcyclists who unexpectedly showed up to thank the sisters for their dedicated service. If you have a comment or question, please email us at missionminutenews@wordnet.tv. You can also post your comments below each video on YouTube. We promise to respond. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon. Share with others about the channel and the variety of programs you enjoy there. This is Mission Minute News. Until we meet again, stay safe, and may Jesus' love for you make you smile.